Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English with Lee. I'm Lee.
And I'm James.
Today, we are talking about something that almost every English learner struggles with: translating in your head. You hear English, you think in your language, you translate, then you speak. But by the time you speak, the moment is gone. James, does this happen to you?
Yes, all the time. When someone speaks English to me, I first understand in my language. Then I try to change it back into English. It feels slow, and I get nervous.
That is exactly the problem. When you translate, your brain is doing double work. Language 1, then language 2. And that makes speaking slow and stressful. Today, we will talk about how to stop translating and how to start thinking directly in English. This is one of the biggest steps toward fluency.
Let me ask you something, James. When you speak your native language, do you translate?
No, it just comes out naturally.
Exactly. You don't think about grammar. You don't think about vocabulary lists. You just speak. That is what we want in English, too. But how do we get there? First, we must understand something important. Thinking in English is not about big vocabulary. It starts with very small thoughts, very simple thoughts. For example, I am tired. This coffee is hot. I need to buy milk. It's raining. These are daily thoughts. Your brain thinks thousands of small thoughts every day. Right now, most learners think those thoughts in their native language.
We are going to slowly change that. James, what did you think this morning when you woke up?
I thought, I'm still sleepy.
Good. Now say it in English.
I'm still sleepy.
Perfect. That is step 1. Do not wait until you are in conversation. Practice thinking in English when you are alone. For example, when you open the door, think, I'm leaving the house. When you are hungry, I'm hungry. When you check your phone, I have a message. Simple, small, natural. Many learners make a mistake. They try to think complicated sentences. For example, I would like to express my deep appreciation for this wonderful opportunity. That is not how real thinking works. Real thinking is short, fast, simple.
James, what happens when you try to speak long, complicated sentences?
I get stuck. I forget words. I panic.
Exactly. Fluency grows from simple sentences first. Let's do a small exercise together. I will describe a situation. You say the first simple English thought that comes to your mind. Ready?
Yes.
You are standing in a long line at a store.
This line is so long.
Good. You just finished a big meal.
I'm so full.
Perfect. You see dark clouds in the sky.
It's going to rain.
Very good. Did you notice something?
Yes, the sentences are short. They are easy.
That is how natural thinking works. Now, let's talk about why translation feels safe.
Translation feels safe because it gives control. When you translate, you feel like you are checking your answer. But that control slows you down. It also increases fear. Because while you are translating, you worry, is this correct? Is my grammar right? Am I using the right tense? And then your confidence drops. Let's imagine a conversation. Someone says, how was your weekend? If you translate, your brain may do this. How was your weekend? What does that mean? They are asking about Saturday and Sunday. In my language, I would say, how do I say that in English? By that time, the silence feels uncomfortable. But if you train yourself to think directly, weekend, Saturday and Sunday, fun, relax, tired, good. Then you answer quickly. It was good. I relaxed at home. Short, natural, done.
James, when someone asks you a question in English, what is your biggest fear?
That I will answer wrong, or I will not find the right words.
That fear comes from perfection thinking. You do not need the perfect sentence. You need a clear message. For example, instead of saying, my weekend was extraordinarily productive and emotionally fulfilling, you can say, it was good. I stayed home and rested. That is enough. Now let's talk about a powerful method, narrating your life. Narrating means describing what you are doing. You can do this anywhere. When you cook, I'm cutting vegetables. I'm adding salt. It smells good. When you walk, I'm walking to the bus stop. It's very hot today. I forgot my umbrella. This builds thinking habit. At first, it feels strange, but after 1 week, your brain begins to switch faster. Jame, do you think you can try narrating your day in English?
I think so, but I might forget. That's normal. Set small reminders. For example, every time you open your phone, think one sentence in English. Every time you drink water, think one sentence in English. Slowly, English becomes more automatic.
Now, let's go deeper. Why do some learners think in English faster than others? Because they consume English daily, not just studying, listening, watching, reading. When you listen to English often, your brain starts recognizing patterns. You stop translating word by word. You start understanding meaning as a whole. For example, if I say, "What's up?" you don't translate word by word. You understand it means, "How are you?" or "What's happening?" That is pattern recognition. Fluency is pattern recognition, not dictionary translation.
Let's practice fast thinking. I will say a word. You say the first simple English idea that comes to your mind. Ready?
Ready.
Rain.
I need an umbrella.
Work.
I'm busy.
Vacation.
I want to travel.
Traffic.
I'm late.
Very good. This is how we train direct thinking. No translation, just reaction.
Now let's talk about another problem. Sometimes learners understand English when reading or listening, but when speaking, the brain freezes. Why? Because passive skill is different from active skill. Listening is passive. Speaking is active. To think in English, you must activate English daily. That means speaking out loud, even alone. Jame, do you practice speaking alone?
I don't often.
That's common, but speaking alone is powerful. Talk to yourself in English. Describe your plans. Say your thoughts. Ask yourself questions. For example, what should I eat today? Maybe I'll cook something simple. This builds natural flow.
Now let's imagine a deeper real-life situation. You meet a foreign coworker for the first time. They say, "Nice to meet you. Where are you from?" If you translate, you freeze. If you think directly, "I'm from Cambodia. I'm from Thailand. I'm from Brazil." Short answer first, then add one small sentence. "I've lived here all my life. I moved here last year." Keep it simple. Fluency grows step by step. You do not jump from beginner to advanced in one day. You build thinking habits daily. Before we continue deeper into more real conversation training, let me ask you one important question. Jame, if you could speak English without translating, how would your life change?
I would feel more confident. I would speak faster. I would not feel scared during conversations.
That is the goal. Confidence, speed, comfort. And we're building it right now. Take a deep breath. English is not a test. It is a tool, and your brain is learning to use it naturally. Continue thinking in small English thoughts right now, even while listening, and let your brain slowly adjust to this new habit. Now, let's go deeper into what really happens inside your brain when you translate. When someone speaks English to you, your brain does 3 steps. First, it hears the sound. Second, it connects the sound to meaning. Third, it prepares a response. But when you translate, you add extra steps. Sound, meaning, native language, back to English, check grammar, then speak. That is too many steps. No wonder you feel tired after conversations. Jame, after speaking English for a long time, do you feel mentally tired?
Yes, very tired, even if the conversation is simple.
That mental tiredness often comes from translation effort. Your brain is working double. So how do we reduce these extra steps? We train your brain to connect English sound directly to meaning, not to your native language. Let me show you something simple. If I say the word apple, what do you see in your mind?
I see a red apple.
Do you see the word in your language first?
No, I just imagine the apple.
Exactly. That is direct thinking. You connected the English word directly to an image. No translation needed. Now let's try with action words. If I say run, what do you imagine?
Someone running.
Good. If I say cold, what do you imagine?
Maybe someone wearing a jacket.
Perfect. This is how children learn language. They connect words to images and experiences, not translations. Now I want to practice something with you. I will say a sentence. Do not translate it. Just imagine it. The dog is sleeping under the table. What do you see?
I see a dog on the floor under a table.
Good. You did not need to translate. You created a picture. That is the skill we want. When you hear English, think in pictures, not in words. Pictures are faster than translation. Let's try another one. She forgot her keys and felt frustrated. What do you imagine?
A woman looking in her bag and feeling upset.
Very good. You connected meaning directly. Now let's move to conversation speed. Sometimes learners say, people speak too fast. The problem is not always speed. The problem is translation delay. When you stop to translate, even normal speed feels fast. If you remove translation, English suddenly feels slower. Let's simulate this. I will ask you a question. Answer immediately with the first simple sentence in English. Do not translate. What did you eat for breakfast?
I ate bread and coffee.
Good. You did not pause long. Now let's try something slightly longer. What do you usually do after work?
I go home and watch videos.
Very good. Notice something. You did not create perfect grammar, but your message is clear. Clear is better than perfect. Now I want to address something emotional. Many learners feel embarrassed speaking simple English. They think simple means childish. But simple is powerful. Native speakers also use simple sentences. Listen to everyday conversation. It is full of short, simple phrases. I'm tired. That's nice. Sounds good. I don't know. Maybe later. Fluency is not about complexity. It is about speed and comfort. James, do you ever avoid speaking because your sentence feels too simple?
Yes. Sometimes I think I should say something more impressive.
That pressure creates translation because you try to build a complicated sentence in your head. Instead, focus on clarity. Imagine you are at a restaurant abroad. The waiter asks, "Are you ready to order?" You do not need to say, "Yes, we have thoroughly examined the menu and have come to a collective decision." You can say, "Yes, we're ready." That is natural. Now let's practice thinking in English in emotional situations. Emotions are important because they're fast. If you can express emotions quickly, your fluency improves. I will give you emotions. Say the first English sentence that comes to your mind. Excited.
I'm so excited.
Nervous.
I feel nervous.
Angry.
That makes me angry.
Surprised.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Excellent. These emotional reactions must become automatic. No translation, just reaction. Now let's talk about inner voice. Right now, as you listen to me, you have an inner voice. That inner voice probably speaks your native language most of the time. We want to slowly change that, not completely in one day, just small moments. For example, tomorrow morning when you wake up, say in English, "Good morning." When you look outside, say, "It's sunny today." When you check your phone, say, "I have 2 messages." These micro habits change brain patterns. Now let's create a longer role play. You meet an English-speaking colleague at lunch. "Hi, do you mind if I sit here?"
No, not at all.
"Thanks, it's really busy today."
Yes, everyone came at the same time. By the way, how long have you worked here?
About 6 months.
Oh, nice. I just started last week.
Welcome. How do you like it so far?
It's good. Still learning everything.
That conversation is simple. No translation needed if you practice patterns. Notice common phrases. Do you mind if? Not at all. by the way, so far. When you repeat these patterns often, your brain stores them as whole units, not separate words. This reduces translation. Now I want to challenge you. Answer without thinking too much. What is your favorite food?
Pizza,
Why?
because it tastes good.
Short answers are okay. Add detail slowly. Why does it taste good?
Because it's cheesy and warm.
Good. Now imagine this conversation happens naturally. You're responding quickly. That is thinking in English. Now let's discuss a common mistake. Some learners try to force thinking in English for everything. They become stressed. This is not necessary. You do not need to think in English 24 hours a day. Start with 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then short moments during the day. Gradual change is stronger than sudden change. James, do you feel less pressure when we break it into small steps?
Yes, it feels more possible.
Exactly. Language learning is not a race. It is habit building. Now, imagine 1 month from today. You have practiced daily small English thoughts. You have narrated your actions. You have responded quickly in practice. Someone asks you a question in English. Instead of silence, you answer naturally. You feel calm. That future is possible, and it starts with small changes. Take another deep breath. Right now, say in your mind, I can think in English. Say it again. I can think in English. Confidence grows from repetition, and we're building it step by step. Stay with this feeling. We are about to go even deeper into advanced thinking patterns and how to handle real conversation pressure. Now, let's move into something very important. Real conversation pressure. It is easy to think in English when you are alone. It is harder when someone is looking at you, when someone is waiting for your answer, when you feel judged. James, what happens inside you when someone waits for your answer in English?
My heart beats faster. I feel heat in my face. I feel like I must answer quickly.
That physical reaction is normal. It is not about English only. It is about social pressure. Your brain goes into alert mode. And when your brain is stressed, translation becomes stronger because stress makes your brain want safety. Translation feels safe. But we are training a new kind of safety, direct response. Let's practice staying calm under pressure. I will ask you questions quickly. Answer with short sentences. Ready?
Ready.
What do you do for fun?
I watch movies.
Where do you live?
I live in the city.
Do you like coffee?
Yes, I love it.
What did you do yesterday?
I worked and relaxed.
Good. You answered without long pauses. Now, let's increase difficulty. Why do you enjoy watching movies?
Because they help me relax. What kind of movies do you like? I like action movies. Why? They're exciting.
Good. Notice something important. Your answers are not complicated, but they are natural. That is fluency in action. Now imagine someone asks you something unexpected. For example, what do you think about artificial intelligence? This sounds complex, but you can simplify your answer. I think it's very useful. It helps people, but it can also be dangerous. You do not need perfect vocabulary. You need opinion words. Let's practice opinion phrases. I think, I feel, in my opinion, I believe, maybe. I'm not sure, but... These phrases give you time. They also reduce translation. For example, what do you think about online learning? Instead of freezing, start with, I think online learning is helpful. Then add one more idea. It's flexible. You can study anywhere. Now, let's practice a longer scenario. Imagine you are in a job interview. This is a high-pressure situation. The interviewer says, "Tell me about yourself." Many learners panic here because they try to build a perfect speech. Instead, think simple. Start small. My name is James. I have worked in marketing for 3 years. I enjoy working with people. I'm always learning new skills. Short sentences, clear ideas. Now I will be the interviewer. Tell me about a challenge you faced at work.
I had a difficult project. The deadline was short, but I worked hard and finished on time.
Good. See how you break it into small pieces? Challenge, problem, action, result. That structure helps you think without translating. Now let's move to another type of pressure, group conversation. Sometimes multiple people speak quickly. You feel lost. What can you do? First, focus on key words. You do not need to understand every word. Listen for main ideas. For example, if you hear meeting, tomorrow, change, time, 3 p.m., you understand the message. Meeting time changed to 3 p.m. That is thinking in meaning, not translation. Now, imagine someone asks your opinion in a group. You feel nervous. Use time-buying phrases. Let me think for a second. That's an interesting question. I haven't thought about that before. These phrases give your brain space. They also sound natural. James, try using one. What do you think about working remotely?
That's an interesting question. I think it's convenient.
Excellent. See? You gave yourself time. Now let's talk about mistakes. When you stop translating, you may make more grammar mistakes at first. That is normal because you are speaking faster. But fluency first, accuracy later. When children learn language, they make many mistakes, but they speak without fear. That is why they improve quickly. If you wait for perfect grammar before speaking, fluency will never grow. Now I want to practice emotional conversation. This is where thinking in English becomes powerful. Imagine a friend says, "I feel stressed about my exams." How do you respond?
I'm sorry to hear that. You can do it. Don't worry too much.
Good. You reacted emotionally without translating. Now I will say something surprising. I won the lottery!
Wow, that's amazing.
Fast reaction. That is direct thinking. Emotion words are important. Let's review some emotional reaction phrases. That's great. That's wonderful. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds difficult. I'm happy for you. These should become automatic. No translation. Now I want you to imagine a future version of yourself. You are in a conversation with native speakers. You understand. You respond naturally. You are not translating. You are thinking in English. That version of you is not smarter, not more talented, just more practiced. Practice removes translation. Now let's challenge your brain further. I will describe a situation. Respond with the first natural sentence. You missed the bus.
Oh no, I missed it.
You forgot your friend's birthday.
I'm so sorry I forgot.
You found money on the ground.
I can't believe this.
Very good. Short reactions, fast responses. This is the muscle we are building. Now we move to a deeper mental shift. Stop asking in your head, how do I say this in English? Start asking, what is the simplest way to say this? That question changes everything. Simplicity removes translation pressure. Instead of complex words, choose easy words. Instead of long sentences, choose short ones. Clarity builds speed. Speed builds confidence. Confidence reduces translation. You are training your brain right now. Stay relaxed, Stay open and get ready to explore how daily habits outside conversation can permanently change how your brain processes English. Now, let's talk about something that changes everything: your daily environment. If your brain only sees English during study time, it will always feel like a school subject. But if English becomes part of your daily environment, your brain begins to treat it as normal life. And when something feels normal, translation decreases. James, how often do you hear English outside of study time?
Not very often. Usually only when I'm practicing.
That is common. Your brain needs repeated exposure, not only studying grammar, but hearing natural English again and again. For example, short videos, podcasts, simple conversations, even background audio while doing something else. When you hear common phrases many times, your brain memorizes patterns, not word by word, but as whole units. For example, give me a second. At the end of the day. I'm just kidding. That makes sense. When you hear these often, you do not translate them. You understand them instantly. That instant understanding is thinking in English. Now, let's imagine something practical. You wake up in the morning. Instead of checking your phone immediately, you listen to 5 minutes of English audio. You are not trying to understand every word. You are letting your brain absorb rhythm and sound. After 1 week, you begin recognizing phrases automatically. After 1 month, you respond faster in conversations. This is passive training. But we also need active training. Active training means speaking and reacting. Now, I want to practice quick reaction drills. I will say a sentence, respond naturally without overthinking. I'm really tired today.
Me too. Or, why? Or, you should rest.
Good. Now another one. I think I lost my phone.
Oh no, where did you see it last?
Excellent. Next, I'm thinking about changing jobs.
That's a big decision.
Very good. These fast responses reduce translation because you are not building long sentences, you are reacting. Now let's go deeper into conversation flow. Real conversation is not only about answering questions, it is about balance, listening, reacting, and asking back. Let's create a natural conversation. I will start. I started learning English 3 years ago.
That's great. Why did you start?
Because I wanted better job opportunities.
That makes sense. Has it helped you?
Yes, I feel more confident now. Notice something important. No complicated grammar, no perfect vocabulary, just clear communication. Now let's challenge you with a longer emotional scenario. Imagine you are traveling alone in another country. You go to a hotel. The receptionist asks, "How can I help you?" What do you say?
I have a reservation. My name is James.
Good. If there is a problem with your room,
There's a problem with the air conditioner. It's not working.
clear and simple. In stressful situations, simplicity is powerful. Now let's explore how to train your brain at night. Before sleeping, replay your day in English. For example, today I woke up late. I had a meeting. I felt tired in the afternoon. I ate dinner with my family. This practice builds memory connection. You are linking real experience to English. That makes thinking natural. Now let's address another fear: accent. Many learners worry about accent. They translate because they want perfect pronunciation. But accent is not the enemy. Clarity is the goal. If people understand you, communication works. Confidence makes your voice stronger, not perfect pronunciation. Let's practice speaking clearly. Say slowly, I am learning to think in English. Again, I am learning to think in English. Feel the rhythm. Short words, clear pauses. Now, imagine you are at a networking event. Someone says, "What do you do?" You answer, "I work in marketing. I'm a student. I teach English." Then ask back, "What about you?" That simple question keeps conversation moving. Now let's discuss mental rewiring. When you stop translating, you are building new neural pathways. That sounds complex, but it means this. Your brain is creating a new shortcut. Instead of going through your native language, it goes directly to English meaning. But shortcuts only appear after repetition. Think about driving. At first, you think about every action: brake, signal, turn. After practice, it becomes automatic. Language is the same. Now I want to create a longer, realistic conversation. Imagine you are at a friend's house. They offer you food. Would you like some more?
Yes, please. Or, no thank you, I'm full.
Simple. They ask, "Did you enjoy the meal?"
Yes, it was delicious. I really liked the soup.
That is natural speaking. No translation needed if practiced. Now I want you to imagine something powerful. You wake up one day and notice something. You answered someone in English without translating. It felt easy. It felt automatic. That moment will come, but it comes from daily habit, not from one long study session. Now let's practice describing opinions in simple English. Instead of saying complex sentences like, "I am inclined to believe that," say, "I think." Instead of, "It appears to me that," say, "It seems." Simple connectors help thinking, and they reduce stress. Now I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine someone asking, "Why are you learning English?" Answer naturally. For travel, for work, to talk to people, to improve my future. Those reasons are powerful. When you remember your reason, fear becomes smaller. Translation becomes weaker because motivation is stronger than fear. Stay with that feeling. We are building the final layer now, the layer where English becomes part of your identity, not just something you study, something you live. Now we arrive at something deeper than technique: identity. Up to this point, we have talked about habits, daily practice, simple sentences, fast reactions, reducing translation.
But there is one more powerful shift. You must start seeing yourself as a person who speaks English, not a person who is trying to speak English.
There is a difference. James, when you think about yourself, do you say, "I am an English speaker"?
Honestly, no. I say, I'm learning English.
That small sentence changes your brain. "I am learning English" feels temporary. "I speak English" feels permanent.
Even if your English is not perfect, you are already speaking it. So from today, change your inner sentence. Say, I speak English. I am becoming more fluent every day.
When your identity shifts, translation loses power because your brain stops treating English as foreign.
Now, let's bring everything together in a real-life situation. Imagine you are at an international conference. You're sitting next to someone from another country. They turn to you and smile. Hi, where are you from? Instead of panic, your brain now does something different.
It reacts naturally. "I'm from Cambodia," or "I'm from Brazil." They ask, "Is this your first time here?"
Yes, it is. I'm excited. Or, no, I came last year too. No translation, just meaning.
They continue, "What do you do?" "I work in finance." "I'm a student." I run a small business. You feel calm. Why? Because you trained simplicity. You trained fast reactions. You trained emotional responses.
You trained your inner voice. Now, let's imagine a deeper conversation. They ask, "What are your goals for the future?" Instead of freezing, you simplify.
I want to grow my career. I want to improve my skills. I want to travel more. Even complex topics can be answered simply. Fluency is not about using big words. It is about expressing real ideas clearly.
Now, let's practice a longer, flowing dialogue to see how natural it feels. Hi, how are you enjoying the event?
It's really interesting. I've learned a lot today.
That's great. What was your favorite session?
I liked the one about leadership
Oh, why is that?
because I want to become a better team leader.
That's a great goal.
Thank you. What about you?
I'm interested in communication skills.
That makes sense. Communication is very important.
Notice the rhythm. Question, answer, follow-up, reaction. No translation needed if your brain focuses on meaning.
Now let's talk about mistakes one last time. You will still make mistakes. Even advanced speakers make mistakes.
But when you stop translating, you recover faster. For example, I go to the store yesterday. Maybe grammar is not perfect, but the message is clear. And often you will correct yourself naturally. I went to the store yesterday. Correction becomes automatic over time. That is progress.
Now, I want to do one final reaction drill. I will say situations. Respond naturally. Your friend cancels dinner.
That's okay. Maybe next time.
You got a promotion.
I'm so happy. I worked hard for this.
You feel sick.
I don't feel well. I need to rest.
You see an old friend after many years.
It's been so long. It's so good to see you.
Beautiful. These reactions are fast, direct, natural.
Now, I want to speak directly to you. If you are listening right now and you still translate in your head, that is okay. It means your brain is protecting you, but you are strong enough to train it differently.
Start small. 5 minutes a day. Narrate your actions. React quickly in simple English. Use short sentences. Listen to English regularly. Change your identity statement. I speak English.
You are not waiting to become fluent. You are becoming fluent. Fluency is not a single moment. It is many small moments.
The moment you answer without translating. The moment you react emotionally in English. The moment you think, I'm hungry, instead of thinking it in your native language.
Those small wins build a new brain pattern. James, after everything we discussed, how do you feel now?
I feel more confident. I understand that thinking in English is not magic. It is daily practice. It is simplicity.
Exactly. Simplicity is power. Confidence is practice. And translation fades with repetition. Before we finish, I want you to say this quietly in your mind. I can think in English. Again, I can think in English. Feel the calm in that sentence. Feel the possibility. You are not behind. You are not slow. You are training. And every day you train, you improve.
Thank you for spending this time with us. I'm Lee.
And I'm James. Keep thinking, keep practicing, keep speaking, and let English become part of who you are.